afternoon, everybody. Hey, what is going on? I was supposed to be on this morning. Let me explain before we get on that. Welcome to the new intro for the gaming channel. But this is the cruise channel. I'll just put that out there. That's one of my projects I'm working on. Thank you guys for coming in. I see some people over here already. Let me get on here real quickly. Everything. I see Warren Strong Adventures in the house. Welcome, Warren Strong Adventures. Embarkation Nations in the house. Thank y'all for coming in for today. You know what? I'm getting excited. I got some news. But before we got the news, I got to talk about something that happened. All right. For those of you that know me, I like to speak my mind. And those of you who want to know something about being a content creator, there are some people who do negative stuff on me. For example, yesterday, the Wall Street Adventures and Embarkation Nation knows I like to talk about my baby mama, Carrie Underwood. Everybody should know that that is a joke. It's a joke. Some people said it's not a joke. Some people have said it's offensive towards women. Offensive to, yeah. So one of the reasons why I was not on the show today, that was one of the reasons. Somebody complained. It wasn't Jeremy or Cheryl or the Muscle Grill. It came from the other person. Nay, I would not say, but you know who I'm talking about. Anyways, so we did the show yesterday. I was talking about baby mama and cruising as a solo person, and I don't have to worry about all the drama. You know, I don't have to carry anybody stuff except for my own. And apparently people got offended at that because I'm just being a solo cruiser. So here we go. So yeah, I thought it was okay, and we ended the show yesterday. And we'll go ahead and put this up here. Thank y'all for coming in. Now we're gonna talk about this quickly. All right, don't like to cause trouble. You know, people say yes you do, yes you do. Well, I'll explain everything when I go right here. Let me see if I can pull it up. So, all right, here we go. So, yesterday was a good show. I thought it was a good show. Apparently, people did not like it. Other than I know Jeremy and Cheryl liked it. Scott liked it, but apparently somebody on the other side said some chats on the other person's chat. So that means they went to Tattletale and go to Jeremy. So Jeremy doesn't like conflict. I understand that. But anyways, here we go. Now this is what I got earlier this morning. 6:51 a.m. this morning. Good morning team. Yesterday we had an issue. One of us, I guess they'll say me. Let's see. Once again, it came to Jeremy, and he really disliked conflict, and he is a humble servant. Yeah, I understand that. So the comment did not come from Jeremy and Cheryl's chat, did not come from the Must Drill, but it came from somebody else that we all know. I won't say the person's name, but they know who they are. We'll skip. So thanks to Scott and Jeremy's download the app yesterday to help with stay on track. Staying on track. Now I know for a fact the channel was for cruising and everything like that. I know that for a fact. So staying on track means that Carrie Underwood might be the godmother of the Carnival Jubilee. That's my hope and that's my wish. So that's staying on track because you're talking about cruising. I'm talking about being a solo cruiser. You don't have to wait for anybody. You can pack all the stuff you want. You don't have to wait on anybody. No, it's your stuff. You don't have to pack for somebody else. You don't have to carry other people's luggage. That's all I'm saying. As a solo cruiser. You know what I'm saying. So anyways, let's see here. Let me get back to it. So thanks to Jeremy and Scott. Downloaded the app yesterday to help set it on track. Yeah. So then I got this right here. Continue. Let's see here. This morning we're trying something different. I will be. Oh, this is Cheryl. I will be introduced the host. What's that mean? That means I can't do that anymore. I cannot do that anymore. So we will now be talking about baby moms. I think she meant baby mamas with Carrie Underwood. Y'all guys know. I started this channel last July. I started this channel last July, and that's all I talked about. Cruising, the Carnival Jubilee, and my baby mama Carrie Underwood. That's all I talked about. And all that, I got over 900 subscribers. So I'm doing something right. So we will not be talking about baby mamas or anything else that offensive to women. So explain to me why talking about my baby mama Carrie Underwood is offensive to women. Nobody can explain that to me. Even though there's no way in the world I can have Carrie Underwood as my baby mama. Look at me. I am 56 years old, getting ready to be 57-year-old, single black man with no teeth. Tell you, I'm straight up. This is straight up. This is the straight up things. So I read that, and I said, huh. Okay, and then, so somebody explain that to me, why baby mama Carrie Underwood is offensive to women. Anybody? I have heard from the person that did the complaint. Apparently they won't tell me who it is. Well, I figure out who it is. It's on somebody else's chat. Somebody else's chat. So a chat could change the format of anybody's show. So this morning they contact me. They send me the screen guard. They say, "Hey, go on, come on." Oh, here's the worst part. Also, no religion or political views. Even though they talk about that all the time. Here's my red alert. Where'd that go? Can't find it right now, but yes. How can that? Yeah, so. And you guys know I talk about that. The Lee Show Cruise Fund. They know I talk about that when they said they want me on the show. Okay, here's the final thing. We did notify the person who was the cause of the message. I was the cause of the message because I said my baby mama was Carrie Underwood. I cannot believe. Yeah. So that was 6:51. Right after that, let's see. Jerry sent me the link to go into the show. So I said, wait a minute. You want me to go ahead and do this and do this and do from a script. You want to cut out what I say, my own morning uh, monologue or the introduction. But I say good. Um, so what do I think about all this? And one of the reasons why I was not on the show, basically I said, well, let me think about it and I'll pray about it. And I prayed about it. And then I prayed about it some more. And then I realized I'm praying for it, but I didn't do anything wrong. Even though these guys know what my channel is all about because it's fun. And the funny thing is, they found me on my original channel, the Z Show. They found that. And now here's the summary. I'm going to talk about this quickly. Here's the summary of what's going to happen. The person that got the place for the chat has not contacted me in 48 hours. This person was not even on the original show where we started. Now this person right after the show is telling me what I need to say, what I need to do. I can't say this, I can't say that. Even though he was not the original member of the show. Repeat that. Here's the one that say, hey, I shouldn't be doing this and doing that. I should not say this or I should do this or do that or do advertising about my channel. He was the original on the show. So basically he took over. So I'm gonna say this from the live audience. That's these people here. I'm not returning to the show. Because number one, I don't do scripts. Number two, nobody, and I mean nobody tells me what to do. Now, I love these people. I love Jeremy and Cheryl. I don't have agreements with them. Jeremy, and Cheryl are my close friends. They always will be my close friends. And they got to put that in the show. I understand that. What I don't understand is other people, other than Jeremy and Rochelle, tell me what I can't say or do. That's the knowledge. So, once again, breaking news is I'm not returning to the show. And the breaking news is that keeps me more motivated than ever before. That's right. From now on, the Z Show Cruise Fun at night will be time. And then, starting on Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. No, let me put that. At 9 a.m. Central Time, I would do my own morning show. Right after them, I'll do mine. And I want to when I had this morning, they tell me about all that was going on. I'll have 904. As of right now, I have 915. So I'm doing the right thing. I'm supporting my subscribers. And yeah, I mean, a little bit of competition for a little bit. I understand that. I understand that a lot. I understand that a lot. So yes, it's going to be different. It's going to be difficult. And yes, I'm doing the stuff by myself, which is okay. It keeps me busy. And I got to say this to the knuckleheads. There are some knuckleheads out there that wants to change the form. Let me say this again. For those people that want to chat on that other guy's channel, on his channel, on his chat, you won't change my channel. You can go ahead and change that. You already changed one channel, one show. You're not going to change mine. You know why? Because I do what I want to do. I don't follow a script. I don't write stuff down. If it comes up, it comes up. But especially on the cruise point of view, it will come up, and I'll talk about it. You know why? It'll be my show. My show. And I think 900 people, subscribers, support that. Now, like I always said this. Jeremy and Cheryl are my friends. Good luck with your channel. If they want to come on my channel, yeah, they can do that. The Mustard Drill, Scott, you're welcome to come to my channel. That other person is not welcome. You don't have the cojones to talk to me when it happened. I cannot forget that. My people say you should forget that. No, I cannot do that. If you want people on your chat tell you what to do, that's on you. That's not me. I don't change for nobody. I do not change for nobody. Is that selfish? So be it. But I refuse to go by a script. I'm not going to be on The View or any other Today Show, whatever. That's what I do, my own show. And I will be doing pop-ups. I will be doing prime time. But starting on Monday, I will be doing the morning show the way I want to do it. If you want to be a special guest, contact me through YouTube. If you have Facebook, we have messaged each other. If you want to be a co-host, go ahead and be a co-host. You want to be a special guest. The rules of the special guest is I must know you, I must talk to you, I must see you before I let you come in to the show. So that is what's happening. I like you guys. Thank you for coming in. I like you guys for coming in for that. That is the major announcement. That's all the hoopla. But I just want to give you my 2 points of the situation. Yeah. So now I probably got people. They're gonna try to contact me. So yes. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna talk about some news of the day. Now, as far as tomorrow is concerned, tomorrow is hurricane season. A couple days ago, the Carmel Sunrise got into a weather issue over the weekend. They're trying to go back to Charleston, South Carolina. The report is that the Carmel ship was caught in 80 miles per hour winds, rough seas, and whose fault is that? Is that the cruise? I think it's the captain's fault. I think he should get fired. You don't put a cruise ship in that kind of danger. And yeah, people were panicking. There was flooding. There was flooding in the lower decks of the ship. So yeah, it's one of those days that you say, hey, this is happening. It's going on the news media a lot. I'm worried about the next cruise. No, but yeah, I think that captain or the person in charge of that situation should get fired. All right, we're going to move on. Hey, guys, don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That bond's in the house. I'm just checking on here. So the Carnival Jubilee is on schedule. The Carnival Jubilee is on schedule. I will be on that cruise December 23rd. And that's my alarm. No, that's not the person calling me. So, let me see here. Double checking here. Gotta make sure everything's on here for Facebook. Look at the camera. Let's see here. One Shot Adventures is here. Invocation Nation is here. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's see here. So yeah, a lot of people say, "Hey Z, are you offended?" I'm not offended on anybody. That's what it is. They got their right to what to do, what they do. Okay. Popcorn. Popcorn, yes. Get your popcorn ready. Uh-huh. Popcorn ready. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so the thing is with that, yeah, I understand why people are saying, hey, but here's the thing, and I'm going to say this again. I am my own person. I speak what I want to speak about. In regards to cruising, in regards to traveling, and a lot of people got offended because I was calling baby mama Carrie Underwood. How's that offensive to women? Nobody can answer that question. Can somebody answer that question? Um, my baby mama Carrie Underwood. Yeah, there's no chance in hell that will happen. So it's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's jokes. And yeah, that's why, I could call it prime time in the morning. But no, we're talking about cruising and all that. That issue is down and out. But yes, we have some troll issues. I was talking about the trolls. There are a lot of trolls out there. There are a lot of people tell you, hey, you know what? When you get monetized, you want to make a lot of money. At the beginning, you're not going to make a lot of money. I understand that. But if you have good material, if you're doing live stream, you got good material, you talk about current topics, it will come. And other than that, you can make some good issues with the cruising community, and that's why I have that one. And also, the gaming channel is good. Uh, so let me double check here. We'll go ahead and hit the StreamYard. Let's see if we got the link. I think I got the link. We don't know if people will come on here, but yeah. But yes, it's just one of those things you got to deal with. I understand. I mean, you just people can't please sometimes, or I also say, hey, there's more people. There's more people like the show, like me, do what I want to do. Yeah, so it's that. I got to deal with that. So yes, as of right now, it's 914. I got 10 new subscribers since this morning. So I must be doing something right. Oh, okay. So, well, okay. Well, yeah. Like I always say, hey, you know what? I'll continue. I am continuing, especially when you talk about cruising. Cruise tip number one: if you are booking of a cruise, you must do your research. You must do research on booking a cruise. You got to find what kind of cruise company you want to get on, and also you gotta you gotta figure out what cruise ship you want to get on and what kind of places you want to go on, and you gotta remember how many days you want to be on the cruise. Especially if you're in the East Coast, they got like 3 or 4, 5 day, 7 day cruise, back-to-back cruises. You got to think about that. In the central U.S., Galveston, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and that. So yeah, it's very. You have to decide when you want to go on a cruise. For example, If you want to go on a cruise, I recommend, uh, if you know somebody that does cruising a lot, actually there are travel agents. I have a couple, Ocean Travel, uh, Island Time Travel. They're on a transatlantic cruise right now. One of my greatest supporters. And basically they said, hey Zeke, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get some trolls. You're going to get some people that disagree with you, what you're saying about cruising or anything like that. Just they can mind their own business. They can do what they want, but I'm going to continue doing what I want to do. That's what he said, and that's what I'm doing. So, yeah. Um, and by the way, you know what? I had people help me grow this channel. I must admit, I had people helping me on the channel. I had uh, I had people help me on the channel, and people come on my channel on the panel, and now they're doing great with their channel. So I feel like a good uncle. So which is good, which is good. As far as anything else is, when you go on the cruise, get to the port. Get to the port a couple of days before the actual cruise. Then you don't have to worry about the stress, the flight situation, especially during the summer. The pilot strike is getting ready to come out. So yeah, that pilot strike is it's one of those days you're gonna say, hey, you know what? Good for you, what you're doing. So yes, let's see here. What is that? Okay. Yeah. I'm just looking on the chat. Guys, thank you guys for coming here. You got 8 people in here. Thank you for listening to me rant or rave. like, yeah, so, yeah, by the way, if you go on the cruise, don't forget, uh, when you get on a cruise, if you're a first-time cruiser, don't forget to put your phone on airplane mode. If you don't do that, you'll be very, very sorry when you get back because you'll have a big, hefty bill. Like I did the very first time a long time ago. So, so what is the future of my channel? It's basically, yes, I want to get out some cruise news. I'm going to do some cruise tips for person, a solo cruiser, a person that's over the age of 55. I'm going to have that information too. So, yeah, a lot of things are going to be coming on. And yes, prime time will be back tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time. 8 o'clock Central Time. Now, prime time, anything's wide open. Now, I was going to do this. I might do this on my other channel, the Z Show. I talk about everything. And did I say? Yeah. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of being on a Disney cruise. I would never, ever go on a Disney cruise or visit Disney parks. Yeah, I don't believe in their philosophy for Disney. Cost so much and too many kids. Yes. So, okay, so, all right. I'm going to continue. But yes, anyways, here's a couple of things real quickly I got to talk about. If you are a content creator, and you're going to make some videos, pictures of your cruise on your camera or your smartphone, you got an SD card, don't forget to put a V shape. It says a V on the card. Don't get the one for Walmart because they're cheap. Go to Amazon. Go to Newegg. Newegg is one of those places. They know what they're doing. Do your research on that. I would do average 256 gigabytes because I do a lot of video when I'm on a cruise, which will be in less than coming up very, very quickly on the Convo Jubilee. So what else is going to happen? So yes, let's see. Prime time will be tonight. Got a lot more information. Prime time will also be talking about how you do your videos, NAS device. For those of you who don't know what a NAS device is, network attached storage. So all the videos you're making, all your live streams, you can copy it, download it, and put it in a NAS device. And that is a device that's 24/7. Is there if you want to make some editing on that, you can pick it up on your PC, do your editing on that, and yes, use your PC for that. Um, I recommend if you're gonna do some serious editing, use what is it? Hold on, I got it here. See, we're doing this live. I'm just thinking. So you can't think. You cannot think when you're doing a script. So let's see. I don't see it. Hold on. Okay. This is a editing software for your content creators. You probably want to do it. Um, it's called CapCut. It's an editing software for your content creators. If you want to edit your videos you make on your cruise, traveling information, if you get ready to go on the plane, you can make that with that. As far as your music is concerned, um, you can use YouTube Studio, use the YouTube Music. It's you can use that free when I get a copyright strike or a copyright claim. Let's see. What is that going on here? But yes, we have some people watching. Thank you guys for watching that. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Okay, so another software they can use. This is for Windows and Android. Adobe Express. It's a free version. There's also a paid version. I use the paid version. The paid version, not the paid, the free version. Free version of Adobe Express. You can help you doing your thumbnails. Your thumbnails are more important than ever before to get it out there. Because YouTube is a shopping spree. You got millions and millions of videos and millions and millions of content creators, and they're making videos every day. They got new channels every day. It'll help you with your editing software to your editing your videos to make it nice and clean and fresh like that. Let's see here. So anyway, the network attached storage is basically what I'm going to be doing next couple weeks because I get paid tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow. And yes, I will use that money for the doing the gaming show, the home theater show, and the cruising show. I started all of that. I sent the link out, StreamYard link, and it's still early. I will be going off for about another 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, because it's been here for half an hour. I just had to keep on here today just to tell you what was going on. Why I was not on the show this morning. Since I've been on, had no response from anybody. I guess they are busy. So, yeah. Oh, before I get out here, I just got to say thank you guys for all your support. Like I said, I don't change for anybody. Nobody. I do not change for nobody. When they try to say I need to do a script, I said, all right, I did the script when they were on vacation. I did the four subjects. I did by myself last week. No problem. I was talking about my baby mama all week last week. Oh, we got a special guest speaker here. Let's see who is here.
Hey
Good,
Z, how's it going?
good evening, my brat. What's
Good.
happening?
Nothing. Just listen to your show and trying to find, what everything that's going on.
Well, yeah, I just said everything I had to say at the beginning. Hey, thank you for coming in, Bill. You know, we had not talked since you got back on your incredible cruise. I know you did like a 29-day cruise, and we had a talk. What were the good points and the bad points of that cruise from Australia to Seattle? Uh,
Oh, not many bad points, Z. It was all good. It was all
yeah, so yeah, it was
I
pretty good.
loved it.
Now, I know you're a steak person. Um, can you compare the steak that you had on the cruise when you come from the Pacific, or from 555 Fahrenheit when you're on the celebration?
It was to me. It was the same. It was the same steak. It was.
So
It was.
they didn't have a 555 steakhouse, but they had something else, and
Uh,
basically,
I think they had a 555 steakhouse. If I'm not mistaken, they had a 555 steakhouse. Some other things they didn't have, but that was one. They had that one.
well, that's good. That's good. But you know what? Speaking of 555 steakhouse, when I get ready to go on the Combo Jubilee, the first night I already registered for the steakhouse. Now I know you're a wine connoisseur.
I,
Uh,
I am not.
well, you had some wine, didn't you, on
I
the
do. I
cruise?
mean, yeah, I drink wine, but I'm not far from a connoisseur.
Okay, so I drank it years ago. So what wine would be good for steak? Because
My my understanding of red wine, red pairs with like beef, and white is more like the poultry and fish. My understanding, Z.
hmm so basically, so you had, the first night. Well, don't you want to know? On your first night on a cruise, if you go to the steakhouse, you get a free bottle of wine. So that's why I was asking the question, because remember I had to do some wine testing before I go to the steakhouse, and that's what you do. That's going to be the first day after I do the mustard drill. Yes, I'm an old dog. Bill was talking about that. Yes, when I get on a cruise ship, I'm going directly to the mustard drill.
There you go.
Directly to the mustard drill. Get that thing taken care of, and then come back and do what you got to do. Um, so, and then I'll have the drink package before that. So, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the white wine and the red wine. So yeah, that's the thing I'm gonna try to do, because hey, you know what? Uh, as I noticed last weekend, and a lot of people wasn't know, my niece graduated from high school, straight A's. She is going to LSU. I'm so proud. I was crying. Tears were rolling
Congratulations.
down my eyes. You
Hey,
know
Elisa,
what?
welcome in.
Who's that?
Oh, Alexa answered. I said, "Hey, Elisa, welcome in."
Alexa did that to you.
No, well, Alexa's answered when I said it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So, when she graduated high school, I remember her when she was a little baby and stuff like that. Yeah, basically, I'm getting old. I am getting old. So I'm gonna try some new things. I'm trying some new things when it comes to cruising. I'm gonna try some wine, because I'm gonna do the review of the first dinner steakhouse. I'm gonna review the steak, and I'm gonna do that bottle of wine. Cause that's a good thing you had that first views of the Combo Jubilee. So yeah. Did you ever figure out what video did you lose when you're on your trip?
Oh, I lost footage from the zoo. Australian zoo was mostly the footage I lost.
Oh man, that would because I think I saw the one with the crocodile. No, you got that one with the crocodile.
Well, I mean that day I had like kangaroos eating out of my hand and things like that, and petting kangaroos, and I lost that footage.
Oh man. So did you figure out what happened?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what happened. I was downloading. I thought it was done, and I stopped. I stopped the download and setting my camera and everything up for the next day. I deleted it off my camera, and
Mm,
I deleted it just before it was done downloading. So I figured it out. I just more
yeah.
careful now.
Yeah, so that's why I tell everybody make sure if you're done for the evening, you're done filming for the day. Just set your phone out. Make sure it downloads to your laptop, and before you delete your stuff on your phone, you gotta open your folder. That's what Bill puts on a different kind of folder for like traveling, getting on a cruise, sailaway party. Put on different folders, and then before you delete that, you check your folder to see if all the stuff is on there, and
Right.
then you go ahead and do that. That's the thing I usually want to. Things I gotta. I remember how to do that because I was there before. I lost some. I lost some I did not lose the video of the Navigator Seas. I don't want to put it out there because they got too many copyright music, so I got to figure out how to do all that stuff. Yeah. Um. So what is your next cruise coming up?
My next cruise is the Booze Cruise, October 29th.
Mm-hmm. So that's on the Carnival Glory,
Yeah, I
and
believe.
so do you have your Halloween costume?
Do I have my what?
Halloween costume?
Oh no. I'm just still trying to decide what I want to be.
You know, you should be the Black Santa Claus. You got the beard.
And if I would go, I would just go as Santa Claus.
Yeah, I mean, just go to Santa Claus. Yeah, then you go ahead and you got the beard and everything like that. So yeah, so basically, what do you think you did as far as the casino? You transatlantic? Were you
Uh,
up? Were you down?
Second night, I probably, as all gamblers say, I'm probably about even.
Yeah, yeah. So,
That's what. Isn't that what every gambler says? I'm
yeah,
about
everybody said they're
even.
even, and they don't want to admit they lose all that money. So
Right.
they said, yeah,
Exactly.
they're up, and then they say, oh well. It was not my money to play. It was not my money to play. I was putting on their money that I won, and so yeah, bulk even. Um, so did you check to see if you got any new casino deals after that massive cruise you went on?
Nope. The new casino deals come out, I believe, July 5th for Carnival.
Mm.
That's
God,
when they come out. So I'll check then. I have a couple of offers now, but it's like the um, Venecia in January and February. So I may go on that, but we'll see.
yeah. That's a lot of. You know why they cut it out after the rise thing is over, and so they're not doing a lot of casino deals. They're not a lot of doing any deals at all. This is the peak time. This is the peak time they're going to be cruising. They're making their money. So if you notice, there's a lot of price increases going on. And I don't blame the cruise company because they got to try to make some money. Because as of right now, they're still in $1 billion in debt. I mean,
Right.
they're still in
I don't
billion.
know. I don't know if the price increases. They're just actually prices going back to normal. We're just
Yeah,
so spoiled by the cheap prices that we had earlier.
yeah. I think we feel comfortable after we restart. We feel comfortable when they did the restart. You got those amazing prices. And sad to say, those prices are not going to come back. So now we got to talk to a subject that me and Bill are likely to talk about. Halo.
Well,
Yeah, we got to talk about Halo. Uh, which one do you like? Do you like the Master Chief Collection or do you like the Halo 5? Because I
I,
saw you
I,
play.
I don't even know what I have downloaded. Z. Whatever I have, I just play it. I just play the game. I don't. I'm not a big. I'm not a big Halo guy. I just play it.
Oh, you play it on your
Download
PC?
it. Like, come on there. I told you I was gonna come on there so I could kill you all the time. That's what I told you.
Yes, you did. Yes, and yes, the
And
reason why
you wouldn't accept my
it's
challenge.
not different because I was practicing. We got over the weekend. I got a bunch of my friends to play on and we practiced. Because they're doing the updates of the Halo update version. So and we practiced as a team. So it's like we had custom made games, custom made maps, and those maps are like 8 or 16 players. So yeah, I was practicing, but
Hey
pretty
Scott,
soon,
Scott, welcome in.
So you don't have? Do you have Xbox or you have it on PC?
Xbox. I have
Okay, so
Xbox One.
how did you? I'm trying to explain because you have other than StreamYard, you have this other uh, streaming system. Can you explain to me how you did that? When you're playing your games
Yeah.
and you
Hey, Bud Files, welcome in.
but files, bro, what is happening?
All you have to do you have to open up a Twitch account,
Yeah.
and you can stream from Xbox One to Twitch. So I do that, and then what I do is uh, open that up and share that screen. So I'm on Twitch, playing on Twitch. I open that up like in my laptop, and then on StreamYard, I just share that screen.
Oh yeah,
That's why it's not the clearest in the world, but it's still better than like what you try to do as far as taking a picture of the TV.
yeah.
It does better than that.
Oh, okay. So it's like StreamYard, and I had not. I know when I got started doing the StreamYard and stuff. I did. There is a button that you use Twitch, and who we got here? Is that the mustard drill? That's Scott Man. I don't see him.
Yeah, Mustard Drill. He said hi.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I can see if he's the right one. Okay, let's see.
Oh, okay.
Hey, bro.
Hey, Scott.
What's happening, man?
I forgot to turn my camera on.
I was afraid. I said, his name is on there. I said, oh. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful.
Yeah, this is my studio that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
So it's still obviously a work in progress, but.
Well, that's good, bro.
How you doing, Z?
I'm doing great. I doing great. Had some things, issues to talk about yesterday. Talk about it today at the beginning of the show. And you know what? You got sometimes. Here's the thing about what happened yesterday. There are some people that you just cannot please.
Hey,
Yeah.
Z, before you start, do me a favor. On your settings, go to you. Do you see brand on the right hand side?
Yeah.
You can get rid of that live stream. You pay for StreamYard, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can go there, and I think you can get rid of that brand so it's not blocking your face.
Okay. Go to settings.
Well, no, it's not setting. It's brand. If you look on the right hand side,
Oh, okay.
you'll see brand.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Go to the very.
Hit that and play around with those buttons. You can get rid of that across your face.
Okay. The brand color. Where do I want to go?
I'm not in that screen right now, so I can't tell you exactly. Just hit a couple of those buttons under brand.
Yeah, because they got brand color, brand themes.
I'd have to go look at it. I'm not sure. It's probably scenes or
right
something
here,
like that.
looking. I'm trying to start a second instance and see if I can see it.
Oh, logo? No, that's not it.
Hold on.
Overlay?
It's probably like layout or something.
I don't know if it's gonna load for me. So
let me see. Go ahead with your story. I'm sorry, Z. I didn't mean to.
Okay, so Z. So when you click on brand, do you see where it says overlay?
He got up.
Oh, Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to take care of it.
That's all right. So if you click on
Pop out.
brand, right?
Okay.
Click on brand.
Let me see here. What are you saying, Bill?
No, that's Scott.
Z, can you hear me?
All right, here we go.
So if you click on brand and then under overlay where it says StreamYard overlay,
I'm back.
you hover on that, hit show or hide.
Can y'all hear me?
I didn't mean to disrupt the chat.
It's no big deal. No, because when he was on there with Eddie and I, we were trying to get him to turn it off that whole week too. So
yeah. Well.
Z.
Yes.
All right. So listen, if you go over there to brand, right?
And
then see where it says overlay?
Yes.
And then see where it says StreamYard overlay?
Let me see. Overlay. Okay. I'm hard-headed.
So if you just hover over the StreamYard overlay, there should be an option there that says hide. So just click on it, and that'll get rid of that banner above your head.
No, that's so layout. Nope, that's not it either.
So under brand, it says like brand color, theme, logo, overlay.
Yeah. Go to overlay.
So go to overlay. And then right under the first one in the overlay says StreamYard overlay. And if you hover your mouse over it, there should be an option that says hide. So just click on the word hide and it'll get rid of it.
Okay. There it is. I think I got it.
Yep, it's gone.
All right.
Hey.
Now we can see you.
I can learn something every day. So let me explain what happened yesterday. Now, Bill knows this for a fact. I talk about my baby mama Carrie Underwood a lot.
Hey, Z, we already know the story. We know the story.
Okay, we know the story. Well, apparently somebody on the other side got offended and say talking bad about women.
Well, but you do understand that could be seen as not very.
Well, yeah.
Some people, get offended by different things.
Yeah. Some people get offended.
But baby mama is not like is not a term of endearment.
Yeah,
we know you're joking.
Yeah, they don't know I'm joking.
No, they know you're joking. But again, it's not a good term to use in a lot of people's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you think about all our channels, the Mustard Drill, me, you, this right here, what you just clicked on, brand, we all have a brand. Okay? So we all have a brand. So you got to be careful who you attach to, because it's like you wouldn't attach your channel to somebody who doesn't believe like what you believe in. So I'm assuming, and again, I don't know who said what and who did what. I got an idea probably, but again, they gave their opinion because they didn't want their brand with that. So I don't know if it was personal.
No, it was. I had the discussion with Jeremy. It wasn't personal with that. It was just. I really don't want to talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't listen, Z. You don't have to talk about it. I mean, you don't have to. All I wanted to say to you, like me personally, is you know what? You can't let stuff like that stand in your way of doing this. If this is what you want to do, if you want to have a YouTube channel and stuff like that, you're gonna have critics, right? So you can't let them stop you from having your YouTube channel. So I understand if you wanted to take a break. I'm certainly not telling you what to do, I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to take a break, that's fine, whatever. But if you still want to be part of the morning show, you need to come back and not let them dictate what you do with your channel.
Well, Scott, I see that me and you're going to disagree. Well, he's gone. Me and you're going to disagree a little bit on that, because it's like, you know, you can't come on there and come on with what people consider offensive terms. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen. Yeah.
He can't go back if he's going to do that.
Yes.
But if he doesn't want to do it, just like he's doing right now, if he doesn't, hey, they can't tell him what to say. The way you get around that is you start your own show. You can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
But he can't go. I mean, again, I don't know, Jeremy.
No, I'm not saying that it's fine to do that. I don't, I don't think that we necessarily are, even if I might not have articulated it correctly. I don't think you and I are necessarily on a different page on that. What I'm trying to say though is, whether he did, like, I don't think Z did anything on purpose, and he certainly didn't do anything to deliberately offend anybody.
Right.
Right. So all I'm saying is that somebody had a problem with it. They communicated that, that problem, and Z will, I'm sure he'll take it to heart, right? Like, right. I'm sure he'll take it to heart.
Well, and he, he did the right thing. It's like, right. Okay, you don't want me to do this, you don't want me to do that, or well, I can't agree to that, so I don't want to be on the show. I'll start my own show, and I think that's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
so like what I had said to Jeremy today, I don't know if you caught our show or whatever, and what I had said to him too on the after show, right? So when they were on vacation and Eddie and I, were, I was filling in for them, but I mean, like, I had joined the show during that, right? And all I said was, after the first day, I said, let's pick a topic so that we have a focus, because I do agree, like, your brand is everything, right? And you need to, it's important that you need to focus on your brand. And what I said to Jeremy today was, if the morning show is going to be a show largely about cruising and travel and things like that, then we have to stay on point with that, or our viewers are going to be like, hey, what's going on here? I personally had a couple of my viewers contact me after 2 days last week and say, I thought you were going to be on a morning show about cruising. And I was like, well, I said, here's the thing. The channel is mostly about cruising and travel. Right. I said, but it's also about a couple of content creators getting together and just kind of talking about stuff, right? I said, it's mostly focused on that. I said, but it's like anything. You have a conversation with people. Sometimes the conversation goes a little, little off kilter, but we try to pull it all back.
Right.
So,
well, and again, I mean, it's how you view things. That's why I try to avoid a lot of conversations, because people tend to talk about things a lot, and certain things that people don't aren't comfortable with. Right. When you start talking for me, like pineapples, and I mean, it's okay every now and then, but that can't be your main conversation, because you're gonna turn some people off.
Yeah,
I try to when I go on my channel, I don't talk about it. It might come up, we touch it on it real quick, but then get back to cruising.
Right.
But that's my channel. I can do what I want. So whoever, I don't know whose channel this is in the morning. I believe it's Jeremy and Cheryl, or at least they run.
Right. They're the kind of main hosts. Yes.
They need to set the ground rules of what they want. Yeah. And if you can't go by their rules, you say no hard feelings.
Right.
I'm going to start my own.
Yes.
And he said it earlier. He wishes the channel well, which is fine.
Right.
And Jeremy and Cheryl, I'm sure they feel the same way. No hard feelings. There shouldn't be any hard feelings.
No.
As far as your ideology is different than each other. Right. Me and you may not agree on something. I may love talking about how bad Carnival is, or whatever, cruise line.
Right.
And you don't want to down any cruise line, because maybe you're trying to get a connection with that cruise line and get a sponsorship with that cruise
Absolutely.
line. So you may not want to be tied into me because all I do is talk negative about it.
Well, see, here's the thing. I try to be nice, right? But I also try to bring my viewers the truth, right?
Yes.
But I try to be nice about it, right? Because there isn't any reason to be a jerk about it. But if something's not right about the cruise lines, I will say it right there,
Right.
and I won't say anything about it. And and I think, I try to deliver that, and I try to stay focused on on what my channel is about: cruising,
yes,
and traveling, right? But it's mainly about cruising because after all, it's the muster drill, right? So so I try to focus on that. I try to stay focused on that, and I don't always like sometimes when the conversation goes off about
whatever.
Yeah, like on this day, the most popular game was Pac-Man, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well,
okay, I'm not sure what that has to do about cruising, but it's not that big of a deal because it's not, because we talked about it for about what, 2 seconds, right?
Right.
And then we went the other way on it. So
and that's the whole thing. But again, it's up to the person's channel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, if Jeremy and Cheryl, if that's what they want to talk about it.
Right.
And again, whatever happened, again, I wasn't privy to all the information of everything that went on.
Yeah.
But again, it sounds like they wanted to just set some rules up.
So, and here's the thing. I don't know either what was specifically said. Like, I don't know what anything, I don't know what the substance of the conversation was. I do know who it was from, though. I do know that much.
I think we all do.
Yeah, and I don't know, and at the same time, I don't know what the motivation was behind it. Like, I don't know if the motivation was kind of like what we're talking about. I don't know if the motivation was kind of like, hey, keep him more focused on what the show's supposed to be about. I don't know if that's what it was. And to be honest with you, I don't think it really matters if I know, right? Like, I don't.
No, again,
yeah,
I don't care one way or another. It wasn't my channel. I don't care. Whatever the problem is, I'm just listening to it. And,
no, exactly.
Again, I've tried to talk to Z about, the branding issue before.
Yes.
And it's like, freedom of speech is, you can have freedom of speech,
right?
But everybody doesn't have to agree with it.
Right.
And if you're on my channel and I don't want that speech on it,
exactly,
it's nothing personal.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah, it's like I'm going to be starting a live stream Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And it's obviously going to be about cruising. Right. So, and I may have panelists, right? It'd be great if you came on the show. I'd love to have you on the show and stuff too. So what I'm saying is that, but just like you're saying, I mean, I'm setting the tone, and the tone is going to be about cruising and traveling. Right. And I completely agree. And I had said to Jeremy today, I said, so what is the channel really about? Like, you tell me, because you guys are the main hosts. Like, you tell me what the channel is about. Is it about, cruising and traveling, or is it just about everything? And the answer I got from him was, yes, it is mainly about cruising and traveling, but then it's also a little bit about some content creators just getting together and spending the morning and getting the day going and lifting people up and promoting other channels, smaller creators and stuff like that. And I think that's consistent with what I see in most of his, most of the episodes of the morning, and when I agreed to fill in last week while they were gone, they then came to me and said, would you be a part of, like, would you be a permanent part of it? And I said, sure. Right. So, but at the same time, I do have to watch my branding as well. Right. Because if I'm part of a show that doesn't have anything to do with cruising and I'm on here as the muster drill, right, then again, and a couple of my viewers did reach out to me and said, I thought that was supposed to be about cruising. And I'm like, well, it kind of is, so anyway, but yeah.
No. And again, I mean, as you said, I mean, you're just careful about it. And I'm careful about what I put out to my channel. Mm-hmm. Like this discussion right here. See, I'm not streaming this.
I'm not streaming it either.
Because again, it's like, I don't want to, I don't want this on my channel. Me not talking about cruising, me talking about, other people's channels and what they say and what they don't say, and who likes this, who doesn't like that. I don't want that on my channel, because when people see it, it's two things. I mean, people like drama, and then people see this and they like drama. Well, they'll come back looking for drama, want to start drama, want to start problems.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
I heard he said this, I heard she said that, and I don't care what people said.
Right.
And my interaction is like with you is I did. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, you're back. Where'd you go?
Yes, I paid my bill.
There you go.
No, it was.
Scott, how I feel about is what my dealings with you, not with anybody else, not what anybody else says. It's how how you are to me. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. So we were just kind of chatting about the whole situation while you were gone, Z, if you didn't hear it. So
yeah. So
well, listen, I don't want to make you talk about anything you're talk about. And I didn't certainly jump in here to to get you to talk about it or whatever. I just wanted to jump in here and tell you that I'm fine with whatever decision you make for you, whatever, and I'm fine with it. And whatever if there is ever anything I can do for you, I will do it.
Well, absolutely. Me or you are nerds. We're tech nerds. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to do a show on Saturday, talk about tech stuff, and me and you could talk about that. And
I'm trying to get my lighting right, and I cannot get my lighting right in this space no matter what I do. I have these sconces back here on the floor, and they're not giving me the kind of bright light or kind of like upward lighting that I want. I have this light here. I'm not getting the lighting I want from that. I was getting some harsh shadows on the ceiling here, but I was able to get rid of a lot of those. And if I dim the brightness down on it, I'll get a little bit less of this washout I'm getting here. I have this on-air live light here, but my exposure my aperture's not right on my camera, so it's exposing for my face, but that's all washed out. You can't even tell what it says when it's on here. Here, I'll go back here and turn it on here for you.
He is a tech guru.
So you can't even see what it says.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to get everything worked out here too, so that I can actually start, doing some live streams from here in the evenings and stuff. But, instead of it just for right now, it's just going to be a lot of blackness behind me with a white ceiling. So
yes, absolutely. I know how you feel, bro. Because I am transforming my living room to my next gaming home theater setup, and so yeah, it's a lot of process, a lot of work. So yes, that's one of the things I'm going to do with regards to the gaming channel. And Bill will be. Speaking of games, you like Halo 5, right? I think that's one you're doing with the campaign. I saw your video of it. It's awesome. I was just wondering how you did it without a capture card.
You talking to me, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, I explained it to you. I broadcast to Twitch and just share the Twitch screen.
Yeah. Right.
That's why it's not it's not really that clear. It's clearer than trying to take a picture of it off the TV, but it's not all that clear because all I'm doing is just sharing the screen. You can't.
Right.
I think Xbox, the newest Xbox, you can stream directly from the game, but not this one, not Xbox One.
Yeah, there is a way. There's a way you could do it on Xbox. You sign into like Twitch. I think I had too many accounts. I got one on my phone. I got the other one on Xbox, and I got to get that connected, and I'll figure it out. It's just gonna take some time to do that. That is the baby project, the gaming channel, and yeah, especially it's a lot of work, and I'm ready to do that. And yes, there will be an announcement starting on Monday. I will probably do a morning show. I might do it morning.
I think Bill kind of told me. I didn't hear it though, but Bill kind of like mentioned it to me. So you're not going to come back then?
No. The reason why is it's between. Well, everybody gonna know. It is.
Listen, it's your decision. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
trying to say anything to you one way or the other about it.
Here's the thing: they're trying to change the format. They're trying to get me to do a script, which I 100% cannot do because it's sad to go like that. And basically, they were just cutting me out, and so. And the person that did a complaint, here's the thing: the person that did a complaint on somebody chat, he is responsible for whatever says on his chat, and the person did not tell me what was it all about.
Right.
I know it wasn't on Cheryl's, and I know it wasn't on yours, and I know it was on Jeremy.
Yeah.
So that only leaves one person. And he has not contacted me in the last 48 hours. So.
Yeah, and again, I don't know. I get told, Bill, I don't know what the conversation was. Like, I don't know what was said during, like, in the conversation. And I don't know what the motivation behind the conversation was either. I just know who it was, right? And that's just because I was just kind of blatant about it. I just said, I want to know who it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Process of elimination, I kind of figured out who it was.
Oh yeah. It's simple.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like sometimes I think I'm the smartest man alive, but I'm also really thick, and I also really some of the simplest things in the world really elude me, and I cannot figure out some of the simplest things, but yet I can figure out some of the most complex and complicated things. So I would probably have never guessed that it was those people, just because my interactions with them would never suggest to me that
was Jeremy or Cheryl.
I would have never thought that. That's
but you got this you got the same message here, right? Early this morning.
Oh yeah, I got it. And I was kind of like, what the heck's going on? I'm like, where's all that coming from? Right. I had no idea, but I figured that they would explain it once the show started, and it kind of did. But at the same time, I don't think that Cheryl's explanation this morning was necessarily very clear, which is why after the show was all over and everything, I was like, all right, tell me what's going on. Right. Because I really couldn't put it together because I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot or something. I don't know.
But see, again, and that's the problem when you talk like in clues and not just straightforward.
Yeah.
The three of us, we have a show, and behind the scenes, hey Z, and again, this has nothing to do with whatever's going on. So when I say this, has nothing to do with what's going on. Right. Hey Z, I don't, my people in my channel don't like you using the term baby mama. Can we stop using it? And that's how if we have a show, that's how you work it out. Right. And Z can either say, yes, I can, or no, I can't.
Yeah.
And then now it's up to me. If he says, no, I'm going to, it's just a joke. I'm going to say baby mama whenever I want. And it's up to me now to make a choice. Do I want to stay or do I want to go?
Right.
Yeah.
I can't stop Z from saying whatever he wants to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah, so it's like, I had said that too. I was like, you know what? Listen, I was like, after we did our first show last week when Jeremy and Cheryl were gone, we did our first show or whatever. And I said to the group in the after show, I said, listen, and of course it was like everybody has to agree, right? So I was just kind of like, do you think we should pick a topic that we can all focus on at the bottom half of the hour, right?
That's what we did.
And we agreed. And I thought it went great.
Yeah.
I thought it went great. Z came up with a topic every day. He shared it with us, so we knew about what it was going to be ahead of time. I thought it went great.
It did. I agree.
Yeah, I really thought it went great. So
it was great. It was great, and
but it
like you
gave us
said,
all something. It wasn't just Z. Like it gave us all something. Like it gave us all the direction we needed to know exactly what it was. That once we got kind of like the top of the hour stuff, which is the introductions and the how's everybody doing and the address talking to some mentioning some people in the chat and then doing the news and stuff. Once we got all that stuff cleared out, it gave us a direction to go for the rest of the show. Doesn't mean that we stayed focused on that topic the entire half an hour or whatever, but it gave us something to know, somewhere to go with it, and I thought it was perfect. I thought it worked out really well. So
it did, especially the week that we had, because we got done with minutes left, and we said because they said just do those 4 topics. I said okay, that's cool. We go ahead and do that. Kept it on time.
But I mean, like, I agree with what you said, though, Bill. It is their show, so it is they are the ones that need to set the tone and stuff like that, or whatever. But at the same time, my channel is in there, and Eddie's channel is in there, right? And there has to be some level of representation for our brands as well, because if there isn't, or if they don't want to, that's fine. That's their decision.
Exactly.
But then we have to make the decision as to whether or not we want to continue to attach our brand to that particular environment.
Well, and I guess again, from the outside looking in, and I don't watch the show because of the time that it comes on. Usually, I'm not available in 9:30. So I'm just from what I'm hearing, because I'm not getting the whole story. But it sounded like it sounded like a branding problem, meaning that somebody didn't like a term being used, and didn't want to go down that road,
right?
And you have a discussion about it, and
we didn't see. That was the one that got me upset, because we did not discuss that. This is what they sent me.
I can tell you that I have always found it kind of funny, personally.
Yeah.
I don't know Z well enough to know what his affinity for Carrie Underwood is, but I mean, I always just thought it was funny, kind of. I don't think he ever spent a lot of time on it, me personally. But again, I'm not the main host on the show, so it is what it is. But
it is. It is. Well, let me give you what they sent me. They gave it to Scott too.
Yeah, I got it. I read it.
So this is what they said. Good morning team. Yesterday we had an issue at one of us. That was probably me. Message came to Jeremy, so I knew it wasn't on Jeremy's side. I knew it wasn't definitely not Cheryl's side. So there was only one person they were talking about that got angry on their chat. So basically, it was between Jeremy and Eddie, and basically he said there was somebody on the chat that was. I'll put it. Their pants were too tight, and they had to complain. We'll put it that way. Let's see here. So then he said he doesn't want to deal with conflict. But the first thing I thought, so it doesn't came from them. It came from the other person. And basically, the other person was giving it to Jeremy, and Jeremy was getting all the flack.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. And then let's see here. This is before I ever talked to them. Let's see.
I can tell you this, Z. I can tell you this. Okay. In my conversation with Jeremy, the only thing that Jeremy was worried about was you. Not worried about you like in a bad way. Like he wanted to make sure that you were okay. He was concerned that you weren't okay, that you were going to have trouble dealing with it, that it could cause you some problems. And he obviously did not want that. That was the only thing that he was worried about. He was actually very angry at the person who sent him all of those messages about you. He was very upset at them about it. He was not happy about it. And he was genuinely concerned only for you. And he had asked Eddie and I to check in on you, which I would have done anyway. But he asked us to do that because he apparently was not going to be available today.
Yeah,
he had to go to Houston.
Right? Yeah, So
I just want to make sure, if you didn't know that, I just want to make sure that you knew that what Jeremy said to me was that he was concerned for you.
Yeah, we had the discussion.
Okay.
Jeremy is saying that, but I think, I can't prove it. I think it was somebody else's chat, the other person's chat, and basically, I don't know how he got it between Eddie and Jeremy. I don't know how they got. I don't understand why they didn't come to me.
Because it's Jeremy's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jeremy's channel.
So he went to Jeremy, and you know, again, see you guys. I don't know how this got out into the public, but you guys should have had this conversation in private. But
I agree.
No, because
I agree.
The person went to Jeremy because Jeremy was the lead of the channel.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Jeremy, I'm having a problem with this. I see why he went to Jeremy. I mean, you probably should have had a post-production meeting and then talk about it again. But I can see why he went to Jeremy.
Yeah.
But again, it's not now you're making now you're making Jeremy make policy, and Jeremy doesn't want conflict. He doesn't
want conflict.
Jeremy, but he doesn't want conflict. So being
we got somebody in the chat. I can't read it because I'm far away.
Well, I mean, again, again, this should have been done like as a group instead of.
Yeah, it should have been done as a group, and then. The thing was, it was not done as a group, and then they decided to change the format. Let's see here. They said this morning we are trying something different. I am introducing the host, what I used to do, and they will be not talking about baby moms. She didn't say baby mama. She said baby moms.
Same thing, Z. But again.
But they know before we ever started, that's what I was talking about. Most of my channel life was talking about that.
So
they knew.
So go ahead, Bill.
Okay, they knew what you talked about, but now they're getting complaints. So now they have to handle the complaint. Do they keep letting it go on, or do they stop it? Mm-hmm. And the simple thing is, hey, let's not talk about that. If we talked about Royal Caribbean being the Walmart of the sea, and I got a lot of complaints, it's like, hey, let's stop talking about Walmart being being the Walmart of the sea.
Right.
So it's just, I mean, that's just it's my chat, it's my program. So let's just stop talking about it. It's not personal. It's just you don't want to continue to get complaints. You have to make a decision.
Yes.
Yeah, and they made a decision.
Hold a second. 1 second. Cheryl, if you're listening, I think you're listening because I see you in the chat here. I don't know how long you've been in here, but I did just get done explaining that to Z, that Jeremy was only concerned for him and that he was upset at the guy who sent the message, not upset at Z. So I did explain that to him.
Oh, I'm not upset with Jeremy.
No, I know you're not. I'm just saying, like Cheryl says here in the chat, she wanted to make sure that she was saying that Jeremy was not upset at you. He was upset at the guy that sent the message. So I don't know how long Cheryl was in here, so I don't know if she heard me tell you that. So that's all I wanted to say about it. And the other thing I wanted to add is what I mentioned to them this morning was, here's the thing. So I get all of this flack about wearing sunglasses in my videos. Now, it's not as often as it used to be, but when my channel was brand new, I used to get all kinds of crap about it, right? And I only ever had to block one person because of it, because they kind of went over the edge. But I just ignore what anybody says about my sunglasses, right? Because I always say if you're at my channel to try to get information about what my channel's about, which is cruising, okay, and you don't like my sunglasses, then there's other channels that you can go and get the information that you're looking for, right? Because I think my sunglasses is kind of like, it's a mountain and a molehill kind of thing, right? Like, if that's what your big hang up is, then you probably shouldn't be watching my channel anyway. But at the same time, as a content creator, we have a certain level of responsibility to our audience, to our viewers, to deliver them the content that they're looking for when they come to our channel based on what our channel is about. Right. So if our channel is about a particular thing, we have a responsibility to make sure that and it's kind of basically what you were saying, Bill, we have that responsibility to make sure that our content is friendly and is, what our viewers are looking for and isn't controversial to the degree where it offends our audience and things like that. But at the same time, it is our channel. So you really just have to try to find that line, and sometimes that line is very fine, right? It's very fine. Sometimes it's really thick and it's easy to gauge, but that's just really what it comes down to. We have a responsibility to our audience, but we also have to be true to our brand as well. So just what it is. But
yes.
Well, and again,
So,
you have to.
I'm not gonna say any more about that, but hey, here we go. What in the world? Flashback. Oh, we're getting a power surge. Another power surge. Yeah, I'm not talking about internet, but yeah. So I told them, I said, yeah, well, we go ahead and pray about it. And then I prayed about it. And then I prayed some more. And then on the other hand, there was this.
Yeah, but again, see, and again,
that's why I'm not going to be on the show, because if somebody is complaining on a chat that I'm doing something wrong, I won't be in the discussion. And for respect of Jeremy and Michelle, it's their show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm not going to be on the show. Because some people think I'm not going to say what I want to say, but hey, see, I close the subject.
I don't understand the hard feelings.
No, there's no hard feelings at all.
Again, you're talking like you have hard feelings against the person who made the comment and the change in the show, and you don't want to say what it sounds like hard feelings and this is from the outside looking in.
We got something. All right. We got someone coming in.
Uh-oh. Who's coming in?
I know who's coming in. Let me get her in here.
Uh-oh. Here she comes. The tiger. Right. Is the tiger coming in?
It's the enforcer.
It's the tiger. She's coming in.
Now this will be great. I promise self-control.
Okay. It's the tiger.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Alexa, turn on the dining room. Okay, let me read the message. And I want everybody on this panel to tell Jeremy is not going to ever do confrontation.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
And I'm sorry for that. He's a mild.
I don't have to be sorry about that. That's who he is.
Yeah, that's who he is.
Yeah, he's mild and humble.
Yeah, it's fine.
And as I was on the,
let's move to this.
Oh, he just came here. Okay.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Jeremy.
Okay, move, baby.
Hang on, I'm mounting this camera up real quick. Just give us a minute. We'll get in position.
You didn't speed, did you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well,
he did.
It's been a real mixed up day for me.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, oh God, dog. Alexa,
turn on the bridge.
Turn on the bridge. Okay. Listen. In my heart,
you want me to
I made a decision to
No,
Jeremy
stop.
and Scott and Eddie not to tell you who it was, because knowing you, Z, I know that you would have taken it to another level, and we don't want that. I learned also from this past cruise that I was on, the cruise community is not as
G-rated as we would all like to think.
no,
Yeah.
that's not what I was going to say. Shh. It's not as close knit as we think it is. There's a lot of bickering with other channels. Like I found out, and this is how, and the reason I handled it the way I did was because of the things that are going on in other people's channels. Like, I don't know, I can't tell you, but let me read it, okay? This is it. Okay, and I don't know who the person channel they were on, chat they were on. I know they weren't in Scott's.
No, I was just saying they weren't in my chat because I
No.
never even saw it.
No, they weren't in his chat. I can't say if they were in your chat, Z, or Eddie's chat. But we can go back and look.
I'm pulling up Nightbot chat logs right now.
Okay, and we can tell you whose chat they were in. I don't know because nobody's in my thing, but Homestead people and cooking and shit like that. So
Hey, Cheryl.
okay, so
Cheryl.
here we go.
Cheryl, I just want to tell
Because
you.
it makes
Cheryl?
who was it?
Cheryl,
He's
I want to tell you something. You know what? This is live.
Oh, well, you know, this is making me upset.
Oh, they were in our chat.
Oh, they were in JNS?
It was one of our fellow viewers, regular fellow viewers in the morning.
And you would be because you always talk about how great they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Z.
These are probably people that follow your channel.
I don't know.
That's why I was putting you on notice.
Okay.
You know, I was letting you know that they are talking bad about
Okay,
you.
hush. Hey, Jeremy, I have a concern with the morning show, especially with Z. As for this is your first time hearing it too.
Yeah,
Scott, I'm sorry. I'm bringing this up. Okay, start over. Hey, Jeremy, I have a concern with the morning show, especially with Z, as for the past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it goes on. So listen, creators, tell me what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because either they can spread it to where, oh my God, you're losing subscriptions and you don't know why, or your brand is being upheaved or whatever. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me get on. I have been annoyed with him talking about video games, his baby mama, the Jubilee, and how it's the greatest ship in the world and such. Now, back to what, because I only came in when I got up, because I was taking a nap with one of the babies. And it's a long message. I haven't even got halfway down.
Yeah, I saw Jeremy scrolling. It was a lot of messages.
Yeah, it's a lot. So, for me, I don't have a problem with video games because, as I said to my gamers, because I have gamers as subscribers and I don't even play not one game. My 7-year-old son does. And I let him watch the gaming on my TV. Okay? The baby mama, you've been saying that since I've known you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and like I said this morning, I don't think because I have a zero filter when I'm upset. I don't have the baby mama. Okay. My thing of it is Sea Leg Journeys, before they gave up their time slot,
right?
Chat said, I'm gonna get a sugar mama. And we're gonna be in the next room, the next cabin, is what he said on live TV.
In front of Robin.
In front of Robin, who was sitting right next to him. And you know what Robin said? I don't have a problem with that. You know what Jeremy and I did? We told Chat and Robin that we're going to do a special live. And we did. We did a special pop-up live about sugar mamas and how many women would rather have a sugar mama that paid for their cruise. Because that's what it was all about. The sugar mama was going to pay for Chat and Robin's cruise, and Robin was okay with that.
Yeah, but I wasn't there, but like, wasn't it just kind of like carrying on,
Yes.
Like just cutting up.
Exactly. Right? It was a joke.
Yeah, right.
It was a joke. And all the women, some women said, oh no, I wouldn't do that. And then we went and did and some women, and most of the women said, yeah, that like to cruise. Like myself, I raised my hand up and told Chet, you know what? Jeremy can have a sugar mama. And I don't care. Mm-hmm. I did. I said that.
Right.
Okay. Now, the Jubilee, we're going to talk about the Jubilee because I'm on the Jubilee. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the problem is about that. Mm-hmm. But we're going to keep on. But we did our investigation too. Okay. So the Jubilee, how it's the greatest ship in the world and such. I am there for cruise news and such, not to hear about Z's baby mama, Z's video game and such. So, okay, there's still some more.
Hold on 1 second. Z, you didn't mute Bill's mic, did you?
I don't think it did. Oh, I might have hit it on accident. Sorry, Bill.
I just now saw it, Bill.
So he hasn't heard anything.
I heard
he heard it.
I just
I heard it. I'm sorry. My mouse is on my bed. I don't have it. It keeps moving.
No, Bill heard what you said. He just couldn't say anything about it.
Oh, that's good because I don't like men to break into what I'm talking anyway. So that's good. That's good. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, here's the thing that I have. There's a lot that I have a problem with. Okay. Nothing he said, Z said, offended me. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because of who I am, mm-hmm. and it takes a lot to offend me, right. Or if it's because I was on the celebration with creators that also had issues with other creators. Mm-hmm. And you would be surprised at the conflict that's going on inside the cruise community.
I would not be surprised in the least. Trust me. I am well aware of it.
But you know what? I was like, seriously? They wrote you a message and sent it to your husband?
Yeah.
What? I mean, and then you had, it's just a big mess. So, and I didn't hear him talk about married couple, I don't know. Maybe because I was in and out with the kids. What really bothered me this morning was when Z disrespected married couples on the show, saying he doesn't want to be married. And so that's his business. That's Z's business if he don't want to be married. For a long time, I wasn't married. For a long time, this man, Jeremy, was in a marriage that he didn't want to be in. Mm-hmm. So, okay, let's keep going. and such. Yet we saw that he posted a video on YouTube looking for a lady to be with. Now I don't know what they're talking about right there. I don't know nothing about no video that you posted that you were looking for a lady. I don't know nothing about that.
I'm not aware of one either, but okay.
I don't know nothing about that.
I'm aware of it.
What, Bill? You're aware of it? You saw it?
I did.
Well, I don't. I never saw it.
I didn't know about it either. I didn't see it, so.
But again, that's Z's
But it wasn't on the
business.
show. It was a
It wasn't on
video.
the show. So
Video.
Video. It's not like he did it on the morning show.
yeah, it wasn't. It was on my Food channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't on the show.
Oh wait, it's more. It's more.
Yeah, I'm sure there's way more of it, but
yeah. Lately, it's saying he made a grammatical error right there. Lately is seem. It should lately. It seems. It should be. It seems.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, it seems like the show has to be all about Z because he can never shut up. And this morning, he mentions the wife, his wife, not Z's wife because he's not married.
Right.
But the man mentioned his wife.
Right.
Said, this is what the wife said. Does Z ever shut up? That to us is a major turnoff for us, but we are there to support you, Cheryl, Scott, and Eddie, as we have very.
Wait, let me make sure that Z heard that part. Z.
I didn't say the wife's name.
While I'm still vowed not to tell you who it is, I can guarantee you it wasn't one of your co-hosts that were on the panel or the show.
Well, no, because he mentioned his wife's name.
It wasn't Eddie. It was not Cheryl, and it was not me.
It
wasn't one of us. Of
course not, because we.
I said that at the beginning. I said there's nobody to co-host. It was somebody in the chat.
Yeah,
that's what I always said. I didn't know who. I didn't know whose chat.
Wait, I'm not through. Please.
Okay.
Clues.
No, don't give no clues because it'll be a big mess.
Mm-hmm.
I ground you from being in here. Go back to.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, Cheryl, Scott, and Eddie, as we have very annoyed with Z lately on the morning show. So, Jeremy, in the middle of the morning show, wrote, because he's on this computer while I'm over here, I don't know what I be doing. I don't know. I act like a crack person, a crackhead, because I be up and down.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Many apologies. This is what Jeremy said. Many apologies. We're working on it, but surely I already have visual cues, but he doesn't always see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now he goes down here. The same person. It's long.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy also told him, okay, that if you want just Cruise News, to go to Cruise Radio. Doug.
I sent him to Doug.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. If you're just here for Cruise News, go see Doug.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now here's some more. It's definitely a major turnoff when we keep hearing about his video games. He says it again. His baby mama and the Jubilee, how it's the greatest ship and such every morning show. But the Jubilee is going to be the greatest ship.
Wow.
I mean, not just because, but it is. See, I would have, like I addressed it this morning on the show. Mm-hmm. But I didn't read this. I haven't read this. This is my first time reading it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just didn't appreciate that he thinks Jeremy is the customer complaint department. Mm-hmm.
And but what Bill said though was he went to Jeremy because it's kind of Jeremy's show. Like Jeremy's kind of like the main. You and Jeremy are the main host, so that's probably why they went to Jeremy. Was because they kind of see it like it's their show, it's your show, so you're the person they're going to say that to. Now I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that's probably why they did it.
Yeah, you know who the original host of this show is? Me. Is Baby and Z.
No, I got it. I got it. I'm just saying, like,
and again, but no. Well, see.
Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, Jeremy, I think you run it from JNS Adventures, right? That's the main show. When everybody comes on, JNS Adventures has control of.
I'm driving the computer. I'm
Yeah.
driving the computer and putting everybody up and down and scrolling comments and stuff.
Right.
If you watch any of the replays, I'm just mainly like an MC or a host.
No.
And then they're the talent. They're the ones that brings the real meat and potatoes of the whole show.
but I see again for me, and this is I'm on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
I assume that Jeremy, you were, we'll say, the brains of the operation, and the other people were the talent of the operation.
Correct.
And like what's going on here is that person, it just had a complaint about your channel, but it's one person, one opinion. Mm-hmm. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
Right.
Either go ahead, Cheryl.
Okay. Again, he repeats. It's definitely a major turnoff when we keep it. He keeps saying it. The guy never shuts up. No one on the panel gets to have their say because he always cuts them off, which is not right. The morning show has become the Z morning show as it always about Z. Okay, now this is what Jeremy did after that. He said this is what he did. He said the cruise news source I enjoy watching, and we do enjoy watching Doug. Mm-hmm. Cruise Radio, and he gives him the link.
Right.
And he gets right to the point and has trustworthy, up-to-date information. And here's his little logo, Cruise Radio. Mm-hmm. And then he comes back and he says, I am not trying to cause problems, but I wanted to say something about this for a while. He's been wanting to say it's been heavy on his chest.
Yeah, but he waited till I got back so he could start and mess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then Jeremy wrote.
Could have been said it 2 weeks ago.
Hush.
Whatever.
Thank you for sharing. It has already been considered and discussed. Mm-hmm. Then he goes on and says, today drew the line for me when Z disrespected married couples. And as a married man, I felt disrespected by Z. Now, I don't know what Z said about married couples. I don't know if he said he wanted to do a menage a trois or what. I don't have a clue because I didn't hear it.
Menage.
I don't know what he said. Do you remember what he said? I don't remember what he said. I didn't even hear him say.
I don't either. I think it was. For me, it had to have been that benign.
Okay.
Because I didn't even remember it.
Right. I didn't know.
I mean, I thought the mention. I said this before you came in here. I think the mentioning of Carrie Underwood as his baby, he says it like, I think it's just kind of like a joke. I think it's just kind of like a benign thing. It certainly doesn't offend me, but and if it offends somebody else, then, somebody has to make the decision of where, like every offense is going to be, there's going to be a severity to every offense, right? And you have to determine, is this, like Bill had said, it's your show, right? Like, you guys are the main hosts, right? So, like, that's how kind of I see it, right? Certainly, only being a week in, right? Like, it's your show, right? So, like, I'm still trying to find my footing. I'm still trying to find my place. I'm still trying to let kind of the cohesion of the whole show kind of come together with me in it, right? And see where it all lands. But what Bill had said was, you have to make that decision as to whether or not, it was a complaint that you're just going to dismiss or you're going to address or whatever. But we should have been having the conversation, like Bill was saying, we should have been having the conversation kind of like in the after show or this or that or whatever. And I agree. And we kind of did. It's unfortunate that Z wasn't there so that he could have it with us. But, and I think we did. And and you said whatever you said at the beginning. I don't have a problem with it or whatever. You brought it out and stuff like that. But, the only other thing that I would say is, again, I don't know anybody well enough to know what everyone's kind of intentions were. I'm starting to get a feel for some people, right? But not everything, right? And the only the only thing that I would even offer as a possible, possibility is, was that individual, did they feel like they were acting in the show's best interest by saying by saying Z wasn't focused enough? I don't know. But either way, if they were, they weren't. Like, if it was malicious or if it was just simply like, hey, I'm trying to be helpful here, what it doesn't matter what it was, right? All I'm saying is that either way, they said what they said, and it can't be unsaid, right? So,
it's on paper.
No, I got it. And now Z has to make a decision on what he wants to do, with it and with the information that he has and stuff like that, what he wants to do in the future and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I don't know anyone well enough. Like I said, some lines are really fine, and I don't, again, I don't know how long you were lurking on any of it, but, I had said, like, for me, I have a certain level of responsibility to my brand.
Yeah.
Right? And I have a certain level of responsibility to my viewers who I know are I know my viewers aren't coming to my channel for political news or political commentary. They're coming to my channel about cruising, and stuff like that. So I have a responsibility to make sure that my content is mostly focused about that, right? And I may, wobble this way or that way a little bit off a topic and stuff like that. And that's why I said to you today in the after show, I can really get going sometimes. So I get it, right?
It goes on.
I'm sure it does.
But again,
okay. Sure it goes on.
I don't think I understand what's going on here. You have somebody who watches your show that doesn't like it, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking. See, again,
and it seems like they don't like Z more than they don't.
Yeah, you got somebody watching your show who doesn't like Z. Everybody doesn't like Z.
Right.
Everybody doesn't like me. Everybody doesn't like you guys. Everybody doesn't like Must Drill. I thought it was somebody on the show. Again, I'm outside looking in, and if it wasn't somebody on the show, all we're talking about is somebody who's
it was a comment. It wasn't any of us.
Right. No. It's like so you just have somebody who doesn't like your show.
Right.
But it goes on.
That's why I was trying to say, like, you have a responsibility to your viewers to a certain extent, but then you have to decide, okay, is what happened, does it cross that line, or is it just simply kind of like a disgruntled viewer? And if it's a disgruntled viewer, like the guy who freaked out and said, I'm never watching your channel again if I see one more video with sunglasses on, and I'm going to tell everybody that, I was like, bye, don't need you anyway.
Right. That's like, one person.
Okay. Yeah. But he brought in his wife one more time. The message is okay. Blank and I watch your show every morning to get the cruise news and such. But he's a moderator, so that gives you a clue. And viewer to everyone's channel is major turnoff when you start hearing about Z's video bangs, his baby mama, the Jubilee, and how the greatest ship the world and such is definitely turns people off.
Right.
And then he says, I hope I'm not being disrespectful or rude, but something needs to be done about it. Okay.
But again, it comes down to what is the show about, right? So, like, if the show is about a specific thing and Z is spending a lot of time talking about something different, then a decision has to be made about whether or not, because certainly Z's not doing anything, in my opinion, to be deliberately disruptive to the flow of the show at all, right? So the question is, okay, like I'm saying, we can all get sidetracked on stuff, right? So does Z just need to come back into focus a little bit more? In my opinion, maybe sometimes. It depends on how long he's off talking about something else.
Right.
Now, I can be off talking about something else too, and I need to be reined in sometimes, right?
Me too.
Right. So my whole point is that it just comes down to, if the theme of the show is about this, and there's tons and tons of conversation about this, right? That's completely different. Then it comes down to two things. One, that viewer doesn't have to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And two, okay, the hosts of the show have to collectively decide how to address that issue. And like, the simplest and most logical thing would be to, hey Z, let's focus a little bit more on this and less on that, and or whatever the collective group consciousness decision is about it or whatever, right? That's just my opinion about it. That's just my opinion.
Okay. And then in closing, Jeremy wrote, "Thanks again and God bless."
Yeah.
Okay, but
That's
again, and maybe you got one person who doesn't like the show. That's up to you to decide. Does that one person control your show? I don't know.
Right.
Again, we don't know who the person is.
Right.
Because if you don't have a problem with what Z says, what Z does, just thank that person. We appreciate you. And again, we don't know each other. Cheryl and Jamie, you don't know me. Z doesn't know me. Scott doesn't know me. Nobody here knows me. You know from Armstrong Adventures, but you don't know me.
Right.
And I don't care how big the person is. There's a lot of shows, big shows that I don't like, that I don't watch because of what they do. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like Jeremy and Cheryl, and I say Jeremy and Cheryl because I think this is your baby. So it's up to you guys to decide whether or not you're gonna let one complaint from one couple, and I don't care how big the channel is. They could have 100,000 subscribers.
Yep.
If you don't see a problem with what Z does, tell that person thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Yep.
But we like the way our channel is going.
Yep.
Have a nice day.
Right. And that's what
everybody.
Yep. And that's what I had said to Bill earlier, because Z had dropped out for a while. So Bill and I were chatting about it. That's what I said. You know what? Like, it's up to, like I said, so you have that obligation to your brand and what your brand is about, right? And I was like for me, so my brand's about cruising, and I've just joined your morning show, right? I've just joined your crew, right? So now moving forward, and I told Z this, and I told you guys this or whatever, I got some messages from my viewers saying, I thought that show was going to be about cruising, right? So I responded to my viewers. I responded to those viewers who sent me these messages, and I said, it is largely about cruising. I said, our main hosts are on vacation right now. I said, I'm brand new into the show. I said, I'm sorry that it didn't meet with your expectations, but and I hope that you'll stick around to, see where things go and stuff like that. And I said, and I appreciate, your opinion about it, right? I appreciate you contacting me about it. It was very diplomatic. I didn't say one thing about it, this or that or the other, right? But at the same time, so I have an obligation to my viewers and to my brand and what my brand's about. And if there's ever a situation where that is no longer, that the interests are no longer aligned, then I really feel like it's my obligation to me and my brand to simply step away and say, I think our interests are now too far apart, and it's been great, and thank you for the opportunity, and and I wish you well, and we'll continue to support and so forth, right? Like, that's just how I feel like how it should go. But I'm not saying, like, that's why I was telling Jeremy earlier, you don't know me, so please don't try to read into anything that I'm saying, because, because it would be easy to do that, right? Because, like, when I say stuff like that, you might think, oh, maybe that's how he really feels about it. No, I'm just telling you no. Because if I did, I would tell you, right? So I'm just saying no, but I'm just using it as an example. So for me, right, that's why I was telling Bill. So, like, for me, after our first show, after our Monday show, I really felt like we were kind of all over the place.
All over the place, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
what I said was, in the after show, I said, what do you guys think? Saying to Z and Eddie, what do you guys think about having a topic so that we all have, not Z, so that we all have an idea and a direction of what the bottom half of the hour should be, because we all know what the top of the hour is. It's saying hi to everybody in the chat, it's news, it's what happened today, and stuff like that, right? And then after that, it's really kind of like been an open discussion, right? So I thought, well, how about we have a topic of every day so that we know, so we have a general idea and a general direction in which to go on the bottom half of the hour. And Z and Eddie agreed. I thought it went well. I thought it, and again, it didn't mean that we didn't talk about other stuff too. We didn't stay focused on that one thing for the whole half an hour, but we did for the most part. And again, I thought it went really well. And you heard Eddie. Eddie said that he thought, Z did a great job. I think Z did a great job. I mean, it's just what it is. And I agree with Bill. At this point, it's a single person who complained about it, right? And like I said, for me, I had lots of people complain about my sunglasses. And one of them, and I left all of their complaints in place and never said anything about it. And then one of them crossed the line and they had to go, right? And then I have this really super loyal client who's also a very super loyal viewer of my channel. And he got into this discussion with this one guy about a video that I had done or something. And then that conversation ended up being this. It ended up being like, that guy said, well, I only watched this video because it came up on my suggested video list today. He's like, in between you and me, I watch these other channels, and he named the channels. He's like, I watch these other channels. He's like, in between you and me, they don't have anything to worry about from this guy. And I would have not said anything to him about that, but I chimed in and I said, I'm very sorry that you don't find my content interesting. I said, I appreciate your opinion about it. I said, but I would leave you with just a single idea. I said, and that is, YouTube is not a competition. I happen to know quite a few I have met personally and had multiple conversations with a few of the channels that he mentioned. And I said, and I guarantee you, none of them are competing against each other either. And they're not competing against me, and I'm not competing against them. We all have our own unique perspectives to bring to our individual areas. And you either like my channel or not. That's it. And that was the end of it. And I never heard from the guy again. Right. But, again, it's just in how you personally choose to handle it. But in that case, I didn't attack that guy. I didn't get upset about what that guy said. Surely it doesn't feel good to have a viewer say to you,
did you change your channel?
Like your content.
But here's the thing, and thank you for reading that out to me, Cheryl. I don't get why the guy does not like the Jubilee. I mean, he doesn't like. We talked about the Jubilee.
Okay, let me take it a little bit further. We had a conversation after the after show. We had a conversation while we were in the kitchen after we hung up from you. We had a conversation, not you, Z, but the after show the guys do. Jeremy was in there, and we kept getting a message and from somebody else, and Jeremy just picked up the phone and called that person, not the person that wrote the message, but somebody else. This is it. Now, the same person has taken over an event that's happening next year. And it caused a little rift with another co-host. Not me or Jeremy, not Scott. Well, not. I mean,
well, okay. Heck, process of elimination there, Cheryl.
Okay, I know, right?
We know who.
So that person started a rift with another co-host, and that co-host took it and didn't tell me or Jeremy, which was a good thing till this morning. And he said that he handled it himself because another creator, not the same creator, came to our co-host about what this person did, and which everybody has rules and regulations on their Facebook page. You can't post, can't what's it?
Self-promotion.
Self-promotions. You can't all of that. You know what the rules are on these certain pages. Not every, I don't have one.
Right.
But they have certain things that they want displayed on their page. Well, this person put something out there on the other co-host on that other creator's page, which caused a rift. And it didn't involve us, which thank the high Jesus. But he's going and dealing with different things that's not really his concern.
Right.
I don't think, but then who am I? Because I can take care of me and my husband. I
mean, people are people, right? So, like when I first decided I was going to do a YouTube channel, I did research. Like that's just the kind of person I am. Like I want my channel to be the best it can be. I want to be informed. I don't want to just wing it all the time. I want to have structure. I want to have this. I want to have that. But that's just me, and that's my channel, right? So my point is that I was doing some research, and when I was doing research, one of the things I found this really great Reddit. This subreddit, right, that was about like cruise logging, and there was all these people in there talking, and one of the things that they had said was somebody had said, what do you want to see most in a cruise vlog? And a lot of the one person had said, I want to see more of where the vlogger is and less of the vlogger's face, right, like in the camera.
Yes,
and
right.
Yeah, and I saw a whole bunch of people chime in and say yes.
That's right.
So that's as soon as that happened, as soon as I saw that, I thought, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start vlog. My early vlogs weren't like this, but I was like, I'm gonna start vlogging using this feature in my cell phone that is called director's view. So it has me in this little kind of block up here, but it has the majority of the view is what I'm seeing. And it runs simultaneously, and people love it, right? So like that was like research that I did, and I don't have a problem with that. So, but one of the other things I saw in there, and as a young as a new creator, I was actually like, I'm not young, but as a new creator, I was really surprised, maybe just a little naive to it. Well, I saw tons and tons of people in this Reddit complaining or mentioning how much they hate Tony from La Lita Loca, right? Hate him. They use terms like can't stand him, all this kinds of stuff, right? And Tony has done some videos in where people walked around the ship and heckled him about different things and stuff like that. And, and then, and other people had, just like said to them or commented that they didn't like his videos and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, and he's like, like this big, huge, successful channel. So it happens to all of us. And like I said, for me, I just simply it's either cross a line or I just ignore it and leave it alone, and sometimes I will address it, but I address it in a diplomatic way.
This YouTube life is simple. And again, I'm from the outside looking into this situation. It sounds like Cheryl and Jeremy, there's somebody they knew for a while, probably.
No.
Well, again, I'm just saying this is my opinion.
Bill, and you know the person.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
I don't know the person. I know their YouTube channel, but I don't know the person.
Yeah. Right. So finish your point. Phil, finish your point.
You know the channel.
The whole thing is, you guys have to decide on your show of what you want. And you can't let one person, no matter how big, how small, whatever their opinion is, change the way. If you think your channel is going the right direction, thank them. You don't have to be rude. Thank them. Thanks for watching. We appreciate the input. But right now, we're going to stay on the same path. We appreciate your support. We're still going to support your channel. Right. And just keep moving on. Right. Again, you're not going to please everybody.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I said to Jeremy in the after show today, I said, Jeremy, like I've been watching your show for a long time, right? I have a pretty good idea based on how I have seen every episode go. I have a pretty good idea of what the show is about. Okay. But I there's no substitute for asking somebody directly and getting exactly what the response is. So that's why I said to Jeremy today, I said, tell me what the show is about. I was like, the show's mostly about cruising and travel and stuff like that or whatever. And I believe Jeremy's response was yes, but then it's also about getting, some creators getting together and building people up, lifting people up, encourage, like bringing, recognition and encouragement to these other, new aspiring channels and stuff like that. Right. So that is consistent with what I believe, I've seen and stuff like that or whatever. Right. So like for me now, there's no mistake about what it is because Jeremy has told me directly, and it's not my assumption based on how I see each episode going and stuff like that. So now there's no mistake about it. So then what I was saying to Bill earlier was, so now for me, right, like I had already said, for me now, I'm a part of the show, right? And I will remain as a part of the show for as long as our interests stay aligned, right?
Right.
And that's not just from my perspective, that's from your perspective as well, right? As long as you still feel like, our interests are aligned, as long as I do, and the moment one of us doesn't, then we go, and that's the end of it, So that's what I'm saying, right? So that doesn't mean that we can't, that doesn't mean that we don't have to tweak and refine what we're doing, right? And it doesn't mean that the show itself doesn't have to evolve, right? Or shouldn't evolve. But again, it's like a collective kind of like, agreement or idea or this or that or whatever. And, and as long as everyone is on the same page, then it's great. If it isn't, that it's what it is. But that's why I was saying, so if Z's off talking about, if Z's too far down that road, too far off the topic, too far off of this or that or whatever, it's not an opportunity to bash Z, right? It's an opportunity.
I think Eddie's in his backstage.
Okay. So it's an opportunity, for Z to come back into alignment or to focus or this or that or whatever, or it's an opportunity for us to say, you know what, based on this or that or whatever, who cares if Z spends an hour and a half talking about, the Carnival Jubilee, or whatever it is, right? Or whatever it is.
What can I say one thing though?
Yeah.
You guys, and again, see, I'm not part of this group because this is your show, but you guys,
you're more than welcome.
No, I got that. I can't get up that early. But the problem you guys are having is you talking cold, and you don't want to say the names. You're talking cold. You guys need to go behind closed doors and talk about it because again, you clarified today that it wasn't anybody on the panel, and my understanding from earlier, it was somebody on the panel.
No, I did not say that. I said it was.
I didn't say you said it.
Yeah.
I didn't say you said it. I said, but that's the impression that I got from everything that went on today. I didn't say who said anything.
Right. And that's what I had said
that it wasn't, which makes more sense.
And I had said to Z too, I was like, because like I got, Z was telling me about, he was telling Bill about the text message that you sent or the Facebook message that you sent out. He was telling Bill about that. And I was like, of course, I got it. I said, but when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, what's going on? Right. So then I figured, okay, you'll probably explain it. And then when you came on, like exactly what Bill was saying, like it was not clear about what was going on. Now, that isn't a problem for me necessarily, as long as then after the show we had an opportunity to get clarity. And maybe you didn't want to bring it, you didn't want to be super clear or super, specific about it. It's fine. I'm not saying anything about it one way or the other, but I agree with Bill. It's at that point then after the show, we,
well, you talk
bring
about
it all out so that everybody
on.
knows.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I can go through the videos and I can go and tell you where, I got people texting me. It's like, what's going on? And from the messages, we're all trying to. So if you're not going to tell the story,
right?
Well, we're going to tell a story because this is going on, that's going on, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 because nobody knows.
Right. And like I said, and I had said to Bill too, I had to flat out ask Jeremy. And I said, maybe because I'm just stupid about a lot of things, but I had to flat out ask him, who was it? Who was it? Because I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out.
Well, again, if I'm not mistaken, there's a video out there saying it wasn't Cheryl, it wasn't Z, and it wasn't the mustard drill. If there's a video out there that says that, so process of elimination.
Yeah,
it kind of tells everyone. But now you're saying it wasn't that person, another person either. So
it wasn't Eddie.
Yeah, it wasn't a panelist. It was.
No, that's what I said.
That's not what the video says.
Yeah. No, what the video says, it was somebody's
on the panel.
On somebody's panel.
No, you said it wasn't somebody on the panel. It was somebody on the panel. It wasn't you. It wasn't Cheryl. It wasn't the mustard drill.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There's only 4 people on the panel.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Eddie.
Okay,
so
I don't know who it was. I'm just telling you, there's a video.
My question is, they just went straight to Jeremy's.
Yeah.
Right. Well, again,
we don't, and y'all know who this person is. I don't want to tell it. I'll tell it off air. But my problem is, if one person complains about something, it should not automatically change the format of the channel or the show, because there are many people. I got people on the chat say Z has to be Z. That's right. From Baltimore. She just says Z has to be Z. And one person saying, "Hey, one guy on the chat should not change the format of anybody's channel or anybody's show."
I mean, a bunch of people said to me, "Man, you need to lose the sunglasses," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
see them? They're still on."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make those decisions, but again.
Yeah. So that's why that's how I got hurt. And I'm telling you straight up, that's why I got hurt. If someone on the chat does not like me,
I will not.
And someone doesn't speak up and tell me who it is, it doesn't have to be live. It could be on a chat. It could be on email to tell who it was.
That's up to Jeremy. As far as I'm concerned, that's up to Jeremy. But I thought you would I was actually surprised. I was actually surprised to hear that. I thought you had already kind of figured it out, Z.
Yeah, it just hurt. It just hurt that.
Oh, of course it did. That's what I said.
When here's the thing. When I got the email saying that you're going to change the format or you're going to do a new thing, that hurt me because you did not discuss you're going to do that. You did not discuss what happened. That wasn't hurt me. That hurt me a lot.
Yeah.
Dearly. If you're going to change a format of a show because of one person that's having a hissy fit, that's what hurt me. And Jeremy, I'm okay. For a personal vote, I am okay. Not touching the stuff. I don't have the stuff in the house. So you don't have to worry about that. I was just hurt. I was just seriously hurt.
Z, but you don't be hurt because somebody.
Yeah, but you know I've been hurt a lot over the months and years on this YouTube. And the reason why I got hurt was seriously. Uh, If it wasn't for Jeremy, I'm being honest with you, if it wasn't for me and Jeremy had a little chat after that situation happened, I would have went straight to the bottom.
But
I'm
Steve,
I'm
let
being
me tell
serious.
you,
I, I,
what hurt me, we're talking about feelings, was as a man, he should have came to you as a man.
yeah, that's what I would have wanted to say that, but
But
No,
listen, I also understand why he would complain the way he did, because that's what people do, right? Like people complain about my sunglasses. People complain that my videos aren't as interesting as Tony from La Lita Loca. I mean, people complain in the comment section of our video.
well, yeah, that's what
People
I'm saying.
disagree with the entire things you say. So I understand why he sent the messages to Jeremy,
I
right? Like
just,
I don't think that was
Hello?
like kind of like out of the ordinary, at least not as far as I'm concerned. But at the
but
same,
the thing
I don't
is,
agree. I don't agree with what he said.
no, yeah, I understand that, but I guess he has some
The only
issues.
part of it I even have remote understanding for is that all of us have an obligation to be focused on the brand or the understood direction of the channel or of so like cruising is fun anytime. I'm sure you are not talking about underwater basket weaving on your channel,
no.
right? So that's what I'm saying. So that's what we do, right? So when people see cruising is fun anytime, right? A lot of people don't know about the muster drill, especially new cruisers, because they call it the safety briefing now, right?
Right.
So I always tell them every time I get on cruise ships, you're ruining my brand by deviating from the age-old tradition of calling it the muster drill.
Right.
But anyway, so what I'm just saying, all right? So like people are going to come there for that or whatever, right? So I just personally feel like you have an obligation to stay true to what your channel is about, right? So if your channel is about cruising, you have an obligation to do that. That doesn't mean you won't talk about other stuff. That doesn't mean that you won't wobble back and forth from this and that or whatever, but you can't stray too far, in my opinion, right? You have to stay focused. And I think, like I said, I think that we all have a tendency to kind of need to be pulled back in a little bit.
I need to be pulled back.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, right? It happens, but it's just it's a personal thing, right? So, again, I agree with Bill. I agree with everything else. But ultimately the decision is up to Z. I kind of hear from Z that he doesn't want to come back now. So, and again, it's up to him. I personally hope you come back, Z, but it's up to you, man. I mean, I don't want to try to influence you and certainly I'm not trying to, like make you do anything you don't want to do. So, but I'm just telling you that.
But I guess, and this is like towards Jeremy and Cheryl. And again, I don't like, I can create conflict all I want. And I normally don't. I don't, get involved in other people's channels most of the time. But like I think it's my thing going to Jeremy and Cheryl is you got, and again, I keep saying that because this seems like it was your project. You included Z, but it's your project. And I guess my question is to you is, why did you change the format then? And if it was just one person.
No, we changed the format because we got a new app that talks about what to say, how to say it.
Right.
Maybe I was being offensive to.
No, listen, I personally think that
Get my soda.
Structure. Listen, structure is important. If you look at every super successful YouTube channel, okay, none of them are winging it. Okay, every super successful YouTube channel is using structure. I mean,
That's
that's how
right.
you do it. I mean, you don't write a song without choruses, right? You don't produce a TV show without structure. I mean, there is a structure and an order to the whole thing. There absolutely is.
I believe that because
Yeah.
I'm an orderly person.
So I agree with that aspect of it. Absolutely. Yeah.
But again, and again, the whole thing is, if that's the case,
It's on the door in the yellow.
it's like somebody had a complaint, and you guys took it into consideration and decided, hey, let's tweak it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, as a part of the show, we should talk about it before you did it. That's the problem.
Well,
We didn't discuss it before they said they're going to change it. That's if it's the four of us on the show and you're going to try to change it, we need to discuss it before you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but again, CZ, and again, could it have been discussed beforehand? It could have. We all make mistakes. The problem is when you start going public with it, with on the show, videos after the show. So you guys brought this public. We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't part of the show. You guys brought this out.
Right.
When I say you guys, whoever was on the channel and
Yeah.
the videos after, again, you guys brought. Could Jeremy have said like ahead of time, hey, Z, we're going to tweak this a little bit, or Jeremy and Cheryl?
Didn't you say it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
Well,
he called Z yesterday.
Yeah, but we
don't know that.
yeah, I understand that. I understand that, but when you did that, I think it was yesterday. So I think, hey, we might need to do a discussion before we start the next show. I got mixed messages. It was, I did not really know what's going on. The thing I found that upset me was the text earlier this morning. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but see, again, Jeremy, well, he sounded like, he mentioned to you ahead of time to give you a heads up.
Yeah, he gave it a heads up. So I think if you give it a heads up, I think we're gonna have like a pre-show to talk about it.
Well, he gave you the heads up. It's his show. He doesn't have to.
Okay.
He does. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he doesn't have to. But Z, I agree with you. If you don't like the way it's handled, hey, no problem. I can't be part of the show anymore. Wish you the best, like you guys did.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys, everybody can be friends.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I hate to do this, but I got to get ready to go to church.
Okay.
I got to go to church.
And I have to go cook dinner because Beth is
I got to
saying, oh Lord, he's downstairs in his new studio. He's never going to get out of there. He's going to be on that broadcast till midnight.
But yeah, before I get out of here, we got to thank everybody that's in the chat because they got some stuff they're talking about what we're talking about. So I got to say thank you for T-Dub, Boeing, Barrymore, Cruz Vet, yes. So I got, it's a thing we need to discuss. As a show, we need to discuss it before we do anything else. And we probably need to set a time. Let's see here. I'll get done. We probably need to set a time. Probably tonight. Do it in private.
Yeah.
Listen, if we want to have a private StreamYard conversation about this, I'm fine with it. Just text me or send me a message and tell me when, and I'll be there.
Okay.
All right. It'll be later on, probably about, let's see, it's
no problem.
around 6. Probably at 8 or 8:30 when I get back.
When you get in, call me and I'll set up a StreamYard. That way we can all jump on there.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. But thank you for some interesting things today. And I had 23 people here. Thanks for that. 23 people.
Okay.
I like to thank everybody who was here. Scott, Bill, Cheryl, and Jeremy. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're not going to do it in public. We're going to do it private.
There you go.
and we're going to figure out what the next step is. Chris Nuts, thank you for doing that.
All right, I'm out. Z, have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Appreciate it. I'll see y'all. Guys, we'll talk about it.
Yep, sure, Jamie. Jeremy, take care.
And Bill, do you want to be in here?
Say again?
You want to be in here tonight?
No, I'm gonna let you guys do it. Again.
Okay.
You guys have to discuss how you want to run your channel. It's like me. I have I put some gaming videos on my channel. Some people didn't.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. That's the thing I saw. I said, man, he doesn't. He doesn't without a carrying card, a capture card, and
I just share the screen. So
Bye,
all
guys.
right. Take care.
Thank you guys for coming in. Guys, thank you for everything. And remember, do not drink and drive. Do not hang around with knuckleheads to do. And always drink responsible when you're on the cruise, because you don't want to end up like a knucklehead did on the Carnival Sunrise. Carnival Magic. Another guy did it. And I'll see y'all later on tonight.
Back.
All right, we go ahead and hit this. Get out of here. All right.